Hey you guys, it's your girl Alicia, and I'm just gonna get straight into it. Today I just want to talk about how we're gonna make 2025 our year. The theme of my page is locks, lip gloss, and life, right? So today I want to talk about how we're gonna hold ourselves accountable and really make sure that we're that girl or that guy too in 2025. I gotta say I'm in the mood for a little bit more. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about, and it might sound cliche, I'm sure everybody has heard this before, but that's fine. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is just pouring more into yourself next year. And that could be in many different ways. If you want to pick up a new hobby, say you like yoga or Pilates or joining like a run club or anything like that, really finding a new hobby and sticking to it, really embracing it, right? Go into the gym more. I know that's something that I want to do next year. I want to go to the gym. I want to be consistent with it. Not even just for like the purpose of like looks, but just how it makes me feel overall, right? Praying more, going to church more, especially if you're religious. Me, I am a Christian, and I know that I really need to work on praying more, going to church more, reading my Bible more. So those are things that I really want to do next year to really help better myself. Reading more books, like just picking up a book and reading. Like, people don't realize like the quality that comes out of just reading and spending time doing other things than just sitting on your phone all day, right? Spending more quality time with yourself. Take yourself out on dates. Like, taking yourself out on a date, there is nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I take myself on dates all the time, whether it's just going out to eat, doing an activity, going outside and doing something fun, but like going out on dates with yourself is really underrated. So I really definitely recommend spending more quality time with yourself. That's something that's going to allow you to really appreciate yourself more, really appreciate your time more, and just loving yourself more. Like, that's really a big part of it. You have to love yourself, embrace yourself, enjoy time by yourself. Like, there is nothing wrong with that at all. Lastly, just like spending more time with your close friends. I'm not just talking about like the friends that you go out with and get lit with and then that's it, right? The only time you guys talk to each other is when you're making plans to do something. No, I'm talking about the friends that are there for you, like the friends that are there for you through thick and thin, who know you inside and out, the people that you really know are truly going to be there for you in the times that you really need them the most. Like, embrace your close friends. Like, that's family. That's like beyond being a close friend. Like, that's your family. And I really think that that's a big thing that we need, especially in the times that we're in. So if you have close friends, really just like embrace them. Spend more quality time with the people who matter most to you. The second thing I want to talk about is making this money. Like, we need to find ways to make money in the best ways possible, right? Not like a whole like get rich quick scheme. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Not like that, but like really just finding ways to boost your financial like stability. Prime example, I am a nurse. I work a regular staff job, 312s, whatever, cool. Like, it's decent money. But what I'm realizing is there is so much that I can do with my nursing degree, which I worked hard for and I paid a lot of money for. So I'm going to try to utilize that as best as possible. I am doing my research. I am trying to see what I can do with it, how much I can do with it, and try to utilize it as best as possible so that I can make the most money out of it. That's a really big thing that I want to do for next year. Another thing that I want to do is try to get more into my social media. Like, I would love to be a content creator, and that's what I'm working towards, being a content creator. I think utilizing social media as much as you can within like a healthy, way is a really big thing that people are already starting to really do, but I think it's going to become more of a thing next year, right? People are making like so much money off of social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all of that. Like, people are making so much money off of it, and I really, really think that it is something to embrace, especially while we have it, right? We don't know how long this is going to be a thing for, so if you can find a way to like dive into the social media world, do it. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. So I really feel like trying to get yourself in a space where you can have financial freedom and stability is going to be a big thing, especially again in the times that we're about to get into. Like, you really want to have that financial freedom, or at least as close as that you can get. We're not rich, or if you are, then that's great. I'm not rich. Would I like to be rich? Yes. Realistically, I don't expect to be rich, but I would just like to have extra. I would like to have cushion. I would like to be comfortable, you know? So I think that's a big thing. Learning how to like invest. Like I knew nothing about investing, but would I like to learn about it? Absolutely. Yes. Like doing research, like really trying to find ways to get that bag essentially. That's going to be a really big thing, you know. Let's do that. Let's get that for ourselves. Like let's buy houses, let's buy cars off the lots, like let's just have money to sit on, because why not? Let's be able to help other people. Like I would love to be able to have enough money to not only just help myself but help those around me, especially the people that are there for me, that have been there for me, the people that have helped me when I couldn't help myself. Like I would love to be able to do that. So financial freedom, stability, however you look at it, we're gonna get that bag next year. Okay, the third thing that I want to say is pick a goal and really work towards that. But like I say, pick a goal because it's easy to want this and want that and be like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, and then that's how you get overwhelmed. But to just pick a goal, like one goal at a time, and once you achieve that goal, then move on to the next goal, right? But like have one goal at a time, focus on that and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to do it. And once you get to that, you're going to feel so accomplished, and then you're going to be able to move on to the next goal. That's something that I'm learning myself, right? There are so many things that I want to do for myself, but I'm realizing like you got to do one thing at a time. One thing at a time, that's it. Do not overwhelm yourself, but just know like I have a goal, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to reach that goal in X amount of time. You know, don't necessarily give yourself a time limit, but just say this is my goal within this period of time. If you can reach it in that period of time, then that's great. If not, like it's okay, right? Don't come down on yourself for it, but having a goal and doing what you can to achieve that goal. Really seriously, like taking your goals serious. I know me personally, like I've had goals, right, but I haven't been taking them serious, and I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I'm kind of tired of doing the same thing. I'm kind of tired of falling into the same cycle and not seeing any change. Like something has to give, and that something has to be me. Like I have to do something different. So I am trying to make goals for myself and stick to them, be consistent with them. Like being consistent is going to be a big thing. Being consistent, knowing, okay, this is what I need to do to get to this, just do it. Like just do it. So have a goal, have multiple goals, but just stick to one thing at a time and do what you got to do to get to that. And once you achieve that goal, you can move on to the next. So we're achieving goals next year. Like it's not an option. We're going to do it, okay? Whatever goals that you have, you are going to achieve them. I promise you. So the fourth thing that I want to talk about is being consistent and being productive. Like it's okay to have lazy days. It's okay to have days where you're like, you know what, I don't really feel like doing too much. Like that's okay. We are tired. Okay, we are tired, and that is okay, but it can't be like that every single day, right? If you have things that you want to do and things that you want to achieve, you have to be consistent and you have to be productive. And that's something that I am still learning myself, because I definitely have my lazy days, but I am trying to not allow myself to let those lazy days turn into lazy weeks. Like really, seriously, it can't happen. So being consistent, being productive for yourself, like this is for you. Like it takes 2 minutes to just, you know, say that, you know what, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Like just to really rewire your mind. Like it really, it takes strength. It really does. It takes discipline. It's easy to, you know, fall into a habit of like, okay, I don't feel like doing this, I'm gonna just push it off later, you know? And I get it. Like I said, we're tired. I don't think people understand, like we have it harder in this generation than people used to have it before. I personally feel that way. It's easy to get burnt out in this generation. Like there's just so many things. You see people doing all these different things, right? And it's just easy to burn yourself out and lose that motivation and to get tired. And that's okay some days, but you have to learn to kind of break through it. I'm still learning how to break through it. Me sitting here right now is me trying to break through it. I could just be sitting here doing nothing. Instead, I told myself, let me just get up and do something productive that's actually going to help myself, because I am not going to achieve anything by just sitting around and not doing the things I know I need to do. So being productive, being consistent, showing up for yourself, that's, you have to show up for yourself. No one else is going to show up for you like you, okay? Like, I mean, if you have a support system, that's great. You know, if you have people that are there for you, that are show up for you, that's great. But you have to show up for yourself, and nobody can do that like you can. So just being consistent, being productive, showing up for yourself, doing the work. Allow yourself to have days where you don't do anything. That's okay. Allow yourself to have those lazy days. Like, that's fine, right? But like, just don't make it a habit. Don't let it be an everyday thing. Just, you gotta, however you motivate yourself, you gotta do it. Get yourself up, get off that couch, get out that bed. Like, just whatever you gotta do, just do it, like Nike. The last thing that I want to talk about is getting more into your faith and your religion. Like I said, I am a Christian, and I think I can speak for myself when I say that I have allowed myself to kind of deviate from that way too much, right? And again, I got to a point where I'm like, something has to give, like something has to change. I'm doing something wrong, and I have to figure out what that is. And I think a big part of that is that I need to kind of get in tune with my faith more. Like, I need to pray more. I need to read my Bible more. I need to go to church more. I need to involve myself in more Christian-like things, right? Which doesn't mean going out and partying all the time, listening to this, music that's kind of like changing my whole entire mindset. I think next year, a big goal that I want to set for myself is to go sober. Like, I'm not an alcoholic or anything, but I do drink. I say that as I have like 6 bottles of liquor sitting on my counter right now. In all seriousness, like, I want to go sober next year. I want to stop drinking. I don't smoke, I only drink. So I just want to stop drinking. I really want to just start praying more. I want to start going to church more. I want to start surrounding myself with people who have better mindsets. I have a small friend group as it is, but I feel like the people that you surround yourself with have a really big influence on you. And not to say that I have people around me who are a negative influence, but I can definitely say even just the area that I live in is just surrounded by clubs and bars and drunk people and loud people and just a lot of stuff that it's easy to just get into it. It's easy to get sucked into it. And it was cute at first when I first came out here, and I was fresh out of a relationship. I was newly single, and I just wanted to have fun and kind of like let loose and everything. But now that I've kind of been in it for a little while, I'm kind of starting to realize, like, wow, like, this is a lot. Like, this is not really what I want to keep doing. Like, it just takes a lot out of you, and it really just changes like your whole mindset in a negative way. And I'm getting to a point now where I am getting older. Disclaimer, I'm 27. I'm not old, but it is a little weird to say because I am pushing 30. But I'm 27 years old now. I'm still young, obviously, and I want to enjoy being young, but there's better ways to do it. There's healthier ways to do it, mentally, emotionally, physically, all of that. And so I really would like to dive deeper into just embracing my faith more, learning more about God, praying more, reading my Bible more, like going to church more, even if it's just listening to it on YouTube, right? Like, I watch church on YouTube all the time, and I like that. That works for me, but I can also find a church to go to have that option. But just listening to the word and getting it however I can, I want to do that more for myself. So I definitely recommend, like, if you are a faithful person, like if you do practice your religion, like, get more into your religion. Surround yourself with people who are going to really support you on that journey. That's a big thing. The people that you surround yourself with are going to be a big influence on you, whether you realize it or not. So just diving deeper into that and really just getting to know, your faith more, your religion more, embracing it more and taking it into your life. It's about to be some rough times. Just being realistic about it, and you have to have some sort of faith. Like I said, I personally feel like I could afford to way dive into my faith, and that's something that I really want to do for myself, as well as going sober next year and kind of giving myself a more clear mind. Like, I don't want to have to feel like every time I go somewhere I have to have a drink in my hand. I don't like the feeling of how drinking makes me feel anymore. It's just not, it's not ideal. And I'm ready to like change some things in my life. You get to a point where it's like, all right, something has to give. I gotta do something different. And I think I've reached that point in my life. So just praying more and just having that peace of mind, like, especially with all the stuff going on right now, like, you need to have some sort of peace of mind. That's really, like, imperative, like, seriously. So just praying more, you know, get into your Bible more, you know, or again, whatever faith or religion that you're into, you know, just get deeper into that, dive deeper into that, and really just embrace that more. So just like overall, I really, you know, think that 2025 is going to be a big year. It's going to be full of big changes, and I know personally, like, it's like every year everyone's like, oh, this is going to be my year, like, I'm going to do all this stuff, right? And then it's just like, and you know, sometimes you do, but then there's other times where it's just like, all right, cool, like the year goes by and you're like, well, dang, this wasn't my year, but next year will be my year, right? Like, no, I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of saying that. Like, if I'm going to say 2025 is going to be my year, I'm going to make sure that it's my year. Like, I'm tired of saying, like, this is going to be my year, and then the year goes by, and I'm like, dang, I didn't do any of the stuff I said I was going to do. Or I said I was going to do 10 things, I only did 2 of them, right? Like, no, like, I don't know about y'all. Matter of fact, I'm going to speak for y'all and say, we are not about to do the same thing over and over again. We set these goals for ourselves every year, and we do not achieve them, and then we wait till the next year to say we're going to do it then. Like, no. Whatever you have in mind for yourself for next year, you're gonna do it, okay? It's not a question, it's a statement. Like, whatever it is that you feel like you need for yourself for next year, whatever it is that you feel like you really want to do next year, whatever goals you really want to achieve, wherever you see yourself being next year, you're gonna do it, because it's time. It's time. There is never a right time for anything. You just have to do it. Like, seriously, just do it. You know, me being a Christian and believing in God, I'm going to say this, like, when God's ready for you to do it, he's going to allow it to happen. But you have to put the work in. You have to put the work in. It's not just going to fall into your lap. So you just got to do it. Like, just get started and it'll happen. It'll happen when it's meant to happen, but it can't happen if you don't do anything to get to that point. So when we say we're going to make 2025 our year, we are going to make 2025 our year. It's going to be a successful year. It's going to be a happy year. It's going to be a year of hard work, but it's going to pay off. And I promise you, you're going to be so much happier with yourself for it. Like, and again, just making it a year of loving yourself, like, just embracing yourself more, doing more stuff for yourself, and setting yourself up for success so that you can look back 10 years from now and be like, darn, I really worked hard for that, but I'm really happier for it. Like, I'm happy because I set myself up for success. So 2025 is going to be our year, I promise you. So, you know, we're going to put that work in. We're going to put that work in. We're going to make it happen. Again, thank you guys for coming to my channel, watching my videos, and I'll see you guys soon.